really fell for the story of Mafia the Old Country. I loved it that much that I collected every collectible. Well, not all of them. But even with a story this good and a world this beautiful, you just can't ignore the massive problems holding this game back. This free roam mode is great, but there's not much to do. Literally, what should I do? The Mafia series has always been about its story and its historical realism, focusing on these characters that are all about the underworld, the Mafia, and Hangar 13's games are more focused on a linear story. So it throws you into Sicily in the 1900s, which honestly the setting is absolutely perfect, telling a grounded story about the true origins of the mob. And even though with those issues with this game, by the end of the game, the story absolutely blew my mind. Okay, ready for Mafia the Old Country. I heard this is a much smaller game. I'm not expecting too much from this game. Let's play.
1 hour later.
Okay, riding a horse, following someone. Cool.
Why.
Building up the story.
2 hours later.
I need a day walk.
Okay, nothing groundbreaking, still
Getting
building
out
the
back
characters and the story. Okay, alright, let's keep going. Hopefully this gets better.
2 hours later.
Oh, this game is amazing. Just how I like it. Else, you are late.
Excuse me?
Do not disrespect me, woman. Get in the kitchen and make me some dinner.
Your stupid games are making you brave. Hurry up, I'm hungry!
Alright! Flip steak! Oh, for God's sake. Now when you first start playing the game is beautiful. The graphics are unbelievable. And honestly, I didn't think they would be because of IGN. I know we all laugh at IGN, but when they posted their first gameplay about the game, I was like, have we been fooled here? But no, we just been fooled by IGN. IGN, you know what, IGN? Don't even bother posting the damn footage. This is looking good.
What is it for tomorrow? Come on.
Look at this! The story puts you in the shoes of Enzo Favara, a Caruso, a child laborer forced into the brutal sulfur mines. He just about escapes, and that's when he's introduced to the Don. Man, literally the Don. Don Teresi. Probably my favorite character of the game.
I asked you a question.
Whoa. All of the actors and actresses are incredible. This is like watching a movie. And throughout my first few hours of the game, it really did remind me of Uncharted, The Last of Us with its gameplay, with its narrative. The Last of Us Part 1. And for it being a narrative, story-driven game, it needs to build up these characters, which became a little bit of a problem. It needs to build up a lot of characters, and it nails it. The pacing of the game is going to feel very slow at the start, and I can see a lot of people getting quite bored easily, you know, if they have a short attention span and they're used to TikTok. Until the story actually picks up, and it will eventually, that's when all of a sudden, like a light switch, I was invested in this damn game. You have to remember that this is a very small budget compared to other games. It is a shorter game. When you eventually do get into the action of the game, it is very simplistic. It feels like a standard third-person action game, comparing it to The Last of Us or Uncharted, although I would say the gameplay of those games probably felt a little bit better. Now, I think that's because it's 1900 Sicily. You're not exactly going to get Battlefield 6 gunplay. And even with this game, the guns are slower, there's a lot of recoil, they're older guns, and I think that does fit the setting of the story. Not because they couldn't make it a good game, it's just that you're going to definitely notice it's in 1900 Sicily. It's when you are not in the gunplay that this is where the game kind of has its problems. At the early starts, you will be doing a hell of a lot of following, horse riding, some driving, a lot of cutscenes. I don't mind the cutscenes, it's a story-driven game. And the first few hours are very slow. One way it has to be slow because it's building up the characters, and then the other, you're like, I want to get into the action quickly. I don't just want to keep following people. It's not until like the midpoint of the game that the action starts, but if you're expecting a lot of action from the start, it isn't here at the start of the game. It's literally until the midpoint of the game, or just before that, is where the action starts. There's a lot more shooting, there's a lot more stealth, and the story will then captivate you.
This is over! You really think it's that easy?
The gunplay was fun. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't improve on anything from past games or anything that we haven't seen before. And with the price of the game, I can understand why they haven't tried to reiterate or improve things on this game. Although they do have some sort of upgrades, and you have some charms which you can attach beads to them that will have different effects, like gather more money when looting, or an object you throw as a distraction has a greater surface area or greater speed when sharpening your blade. They had to put this in to have some sort of upgrade system. It didn't really affect the way I played personally. I didn't feel like these upgrades or these beads made a difference to the way I really played. It just felt like that was there just to be there. You can increase the number of beads by purchasing the upgrades from Pascali's store. The big boss battles are determined by like these knife fights. I absolutely love these. These were so cool. You have like your dodging, your parrying. This was like being in a movie. This was cinema. This I loved. What else is cool about this game, which I was excited for, was the free roam. You could free roam the area, you could travel, you could collect the collectibles that you need to. And I did this for about 10 minutes. You know, it's nice. I tried to run over some people, but you know, obviously nothing happens. This game is not designed, it's not GTA. Don't worry about the water physics in this game. I don't know why people complain about stuff like that when it's a narrative game. And I know they said they were gonna upgrade and add to this. We're judging this game by the release, and it sounds like a cool idea with the free roam. For me, it was quite disappointing. There's not much to do after this game, unless you just want to play it again. So Mafia the Old Country, is it a disaster? No, it is a big disappointment. Big disappointment because this is just short of a masterpiece. This story, this game was unbelievable. If you're someone who loves story-driven games, you want a smaller game, you're not someone who can spend 30, 40 hours delivering packages in Death Stranding 2 or beating up women in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It was so good playing a shorter game. And for the price of like £38, I want that from time to time. If every game was 50, 60 hours, we wouldn't play any games. And with this narrative, with these characters, I feel like you're gonna remember Enzo's story for a long, long time. And we're judging this game based off price, right? If this was £70, my gosh, we'll be having a different conversation, but this was like £38. You can't go wrong with the way gaming's going on now. $70, $80 games. I'd put it back down, but still, I won't forget that. And with this incredible story, I still think it's worth experience for a dedicated fan of the series, or if you're someone who absolutely loves story-driven games. I would give this game a 9 out of 10. I'm judging this because I'm a person who loves story-driven games. I would take a point off for like the upgrades were a little bit meh. The free roam, you could say I could take another point. It could be an 8 or a 9, but you know, you gotta remember, this would probably be a different score if someone who was a free-to-play Call of Duty Fortnite fan, I could imagine they're not going to like this game because it's not for them. So what do you think about Mafia the Old Country? Did you love it? Will you play it? Will you pick it up? For the price of £38 and you want to experience this story, why not? Well, let's take a look at the comment of the day from my previous video, the news one. The first one we did the other day. Shout out to the member Chris Verney. I really enjoyed this format for the news, and if it gets you more subscribers, a definite bonus. I hope they release the remake of Black Flag at the start of next year. Adding more content to it will definitely be a smart move and more of an incentive for those who already played the original to replay the game. Fingers crossed for Wolverine at the next state of play. And shout out to Belgian Breeze. I agree with you on Ghost of Yotai that one person Drew getting fired was a good thing, but not buying the game for just one person. Like a lot of people put a lot of work and effort in this game, so I'm gonna buy it anyways. I really hope it shows off. Good video. Now, thanks for the comments, guys, and obviously we've got a lot of different opinions on the last video. I know there was other people that did say that You're quite naive if you think that it was just one employee at Sucker Punch. Like any company, it's very hard to determine where you draw the line, if that makes sense. Now, they sacked that person, great. If there was more people that had that, I assume that they would sack them as well. But it's hard to say like, oh, the whole studio's like that, because I don't think the whole studio would be like that. If it was, I don't know how we've got into this mess. But even if it's one person, two or three, I would like to think it is a very small minority of people. And I just respect all of you that will buy the game. I respect all of you that won't buy the game. It's not up to me to tell you what to do, and that's just the way it should be. It's up to you how you spend your money. Yeah.